friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Becca and this is Curly Girl Budgeting. Today we're going to be working on my monthly budget for the month of August, as well as stuffing my cash envelopes for the first week of August. Little background, I am a full-time student in a professional degree program, and unfortunately the degree program I'm in limits the option for students to work outside of classes. So I do work on campus in the library several hours a week. Other than that, I do not receive a regular income. Instead, I have a school savings account that I essentially pay myself out of every week or every month, and I just stuff that. When I do have side income from Etsy or surveys, whatever it may be, I do stuff that partially into my school savings and partially into sinking funds. But for my actual paycheck each month, it's coming from my school savings. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first is my setup. I do all my monthly bills as well as the envelopes I stuff each week. For my bills, I do keep all that money in my checking account and then I just manually pay it. I know some people do auto pay, but for me, it's easier just to pay it manually so that I can check it off as I do it and I know where everything is at all times. So we're gonna go ahead and run through bills first and then we'll go into the envelopes. So first things first is house. My wife and I actually just sold our house last Friday, which was amazing news. And the new house is going to be ready in about a month or two. So in the meantime, we're going to be renting the house we're in back from the new owner. So didn't have to move just yet, but we do have to pay him rent. So my half of the rent is $800 a month. And I did pay that today, being that today is the first. Next is my cell phone. I'm on a family plan with my immediate family, but considering switching with my wife to make it cheaper. So we'll see, but for right now it is $58. A-List is a movie subscription me and my wife each have. It's $24 a month and it allows you to see up to 3 movies per week. So we added this in as just like an easy way to have a simple date night or an outing. We don't always have the same schedule, so we can go separately, we can go together, we can see different movies. It's just a nice option to have for something fun without totally breaking the budget. I do have a Cricut subscription just to use for Etsy or any other decals I make. Orange Theory, besides the rent for our house, is my biggest bill. It's a very expensive exercise option. I know a lot of people have a hard time with the amount, which is totally understandable. But for me, I do exercise for mental benefits, not for physical benefits. So that's one thing I found I really enjoy and really does help some of my mental health struggles. So I went ahead and kept that even with a limited income, and it's $159 a month. Apple is just my dollar iCloud storage each month. And then these last two fluctuate quite a bit. SunPass is the local toll road system where I live. So when I drive to and from school, I have to take toll roads. And rather than just dumping a lump sum in, I actually calculate the number of trips I'm going to be making in a month and then multiplying by what I know each day's cost is. So for the month of August, this is $56. And we'll just put that in our account and then the SunPass just pulls through it every time I drive through. And then Otto is my pup. He is a very loud, very energetic walker hound. So this usually covers his food, treats, toys if we board him. I have separate sinking funds for his medication and for the vet. And thankfully he doesn't have to be groomed at all, so that's nice. But I actually just bought his food last week and he hasn't gone through it yet. So that is that for Otto. And then I'll just go through here as the days pass and mark items off as I pay them. And then if I ever need to reference it, I can go back. I don't like marking when it comes out because then I can't remember if I paid it or not. So instead, I just mark when I send the payment and then I keep track on my own. So that's our bills. The next is envelopes. So food, my wife and I do split our budgets. We're entirely separately. She manages hers digitally. And my food budget is $100 a week. It is for one person, but it's also a gluten-free based diet, so it does get a little pricey. It includes groceries, eating out, and then any household supplies. So I don't budget separately for paper towels, toilet paper, anything like that. I just roll it into my food budget and just fluctuate how much I buy in food based on what else I have to buy. So for that, we're gonna do 100. Then gas, I do this, and SunPass come to a pretty hefty bill each month. I do drive an hour and a half each way to school. I'm definitely a long distance commuter. So with gas prices being high, coming down, but being high, I do have to contribute quite a bit to gas every month. Thankfully, I just filled up a couple days ago, and that was in last month's budget, so I only actually need $10 more to get me through this week, most likely. So that's in there. And then personal is just my little bit of fun money. So if I see something I want to grab or I want to go out with friends, I know tomorrow I have to go get dry cleaning, stuff like that, I'll just go ahead and pull from here. And with this, I give myself $50 a month, and then I just essentially roll it over from week to week. So if I don't use any of it here, I won't add any next week. I'll just roll that whole $50 over. So with that being said, today we are going to be stuffing the $160 for my envelopes. So unlike some of the more traditional envelopes, I actually use a wallet with built-in envelopes. I started out with paper envelopes. I worked up towards the plastic zip ones, and I just found myself really beating them up and them not lasting as long. And it was harder for me, especially being one-handed. I had surgery last week. Being one-handed, I couldn't get in and out of the envelopes very easy. So instead, I found this wallet on Amazon. It's called a Bella Taylor. And it has the component for your cards. I don't want to show the other half, obviously, but that's the cards. And then it has built-in envelope components. So I just label each one. So food, that's gas, personal, and then auto, as well as a deposit one for where I deposit money that needs to go back to the bank. So I just use this instead. It's super handy. I can just hang it on my wrist. I even throw my phone in it sometimes. And it allows me to keep up with my envelopes, but in a way that works better for me. So we're gonna go ahead, we should be counting 160. We'll count it, and then we can go ahead and stuff the envelopes. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1, 110, 120, 125, 130, 135, 140, 141, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 150, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 160. So that is correct. So we'll go ahead and get this set up really quickly. Definitely not stuffing a lot. I don't normally with my weekly stuffings, just because I don't need a ton to live off of, and I'm trying to be smart with my school money so I don't have to go into a ton of student loans. It is my second career, so definitely trying to be smarter about it this time. So first things first is food. We're gonna go ahead and do 100. I actually stuff bills that are easiest for me to spend instead of having to break them, because I've noticed a lot of places lately want closer to exact change. So we're gonna do 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's our 100 for food. Then gas is just going to be a 10. Like I said, I filled up, so don't need a ton to get through the week. And then personal is my final 50. So 20, 30, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. And then I just stick it right in there. It zips up. And then we'll see how I do this week. When I go to stuff it the next time, I will actually pull out what's in here, reassign it, and then restuff. So keep an eye out for that. Also later this week, I'll be doing my side income stuffing from July's side hustles into my sinking fund. So you got to take a look at that. So keep an eye out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.